Hi guys, this is Dustin, Think the Mr. Too Blessed to be Stressed, and today I'm coming at you with a book review. I just finished reading Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook, and it's an amazing book, really it is. It basically makes me feel like a social media genius after reading this thing. There's so many good points that Gary hits upon in this book, and I'm actually going to just go through and show you some of the stuff that he does. It's actually pretty cool. He goes through and actually has, first of all, if you notice, the book's huge, by the way. See how big this thing is? I was a little bit intimidated when I bought this book. I'm like, geez, this thing's going to take me forever to go through. But it's actually not that bad of a read because he spaces things out really well in the book, and he's got plenty of illustrations and things to show prime examples of like Twitter posts and Facebook posts and the right way to do each different social media platform. And the stuff that people are doing right and wrong, it's pretty cool. And let me just cut to the chase and get straight into the book, and we'll see exactly what I mean.
Okay, guys. So I just wanted to show you the book. So here's Gary's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. There's a couple things I want to show you actually in the book. So basically, there's about 12 chapters, and he gets into talking a little bit about the basics of social media and the setup. He talks about round 2, the characteristics of great content and compelling stories. And so it kind of basically goes through and tells you what kind of stories you should be telling on social media and how to engage with your followers, and how to get more followers as well. So if you look at it, it's kind of great because each chapter covers a different social media platform. So round 3 is on Facebook, round 4 is on Twitter, 5 is on Pinterest, 6 is on Instagram, 7 Tumblr, and then 8 shows basically some opportunities in emerging social networks, such as LinkedIn and Snapchat and some other stuff in there. So what's really cool about the book, and something I really liked, you see this book is really big. See my size of my hand? It's like huge, a huge book. And it gives plenty of room for colorful illustrations, basically examples of the ads and stuff that he's going through. So I want to show you real quick. So here we go. These are the ones he covers, right? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest, and Tumblr. So I wanted to show you an example of his examples, if that makes any sense. So here we go. So once you get into the second chapter, you get a little bit of examples of some stuff about the way to do things and way not to do things. Basically, he talks about making sure that your content is native to your platform. So basically, something that might work in Twitter won't work in Facebook, or something that will work absolutely in Instagram will not work in Twitter. It's just the way that the platforms are set up and the best way to use those. And he shows examples of, you might see this or not, certain examples of actual ads or actual placements in social media that don't work in certain ways because they're not native to the platform. But here's the stuff I really like. Let's go back into the Facebook chapter so I can show you some of the case studies and examples he goes through. So one of the things, here we go. So just first example in here, he gives kind of a commentary on this post in Facebook for Air Canada, and he talks about how the way that they did it and basically what's wrong with it, and it's not too visually appealing, it's not burdened, it's burdened with too much text, and he shows the way that he would have done it. So he basically gives the way that it should have been done and the way that they did it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then he basically takes some of these other posts by other companies, like this is Jeep right here. He talks about them, what they did right, what they did wrong, and you can kind of get an idea of Gary's expert opinion, because this guy is pretty smart when it comes to social media. He's got, billions of, followers on Twitter and a bunch of other on Facebook, and this guy knows what he's talking about. So, he has a case study of Mercedes-Benz posts, Subaru, Mini Cooper, and this is really good. When he talks about how good that this Regal Cinemas post is with engagement, he actually, with this one, there's something you call gamify your post, where you ask your followers to engage and to, either to repost something of their own or to, select an option. Who would you choose? Like this right here is like, who would you rather have as a college roommate? And it's got these two characters from these different movies. This is a Regal Cinemas ad. So it's kind of cool, it's like they're engaging with their followers, trying to get some genuine feedback from them. So basically, this is one of the best parts about this book, is looking at the case studies and seeing exactly what he thinks of each one, what's right, what's wrong, what he would do different. So it's really cool. So he does this for each social media platform in here. So he does it on Facebook. This is on Facebook, and he does. See, there's a bunch of them in here, and I love these full color examples because it really gets you into it and really gets you to see and understand, how it should be done. You can see exactly how. So this is some of the stuff in Twitter. Some of his examples in Twitter. Talks about choosing your hashtags carefully. Gives some examples of Twitter posts, what you should and shouldn't do. Talks about the importance of hashtags and using them the right way. Some other stuff in here too. But basically he goes in through and he critiques some of the posts and stuff on each social media platform. And he basically talks about the best way to do it. You can see it in the beginning, like in the Pinterest one. He talks exactly about how to start, like what people should be doing. And he basically is like, this is what you should be doing with this platform. This is how you should do it. These are the rules to follow. And then here's some examples of people doing it right and some people doing it wrong. So I thought it was really cool the way that he came out. Yeah, this is a really bad picture from Arby's. He really criticized that one. So I thought it was really cool how he went through and just basically, gave you all these real examples and, people doing it right. And there's some Instagram stuff right here. So this is going back into the Instagram chapter. And Instagram is obviously all about the pictures, so you need to make sure you have good pictures. But yeah, so this is really good. Really good stuff. So I went through this book and I just finished it actually today. I kind of took my time going through it and kind of enjoyed going through it and kind of learning more and more about some of this stuff. And I kind of understand a lot of it already, but it's kind of nice to help him, to see him clarify a lot of this stuff and seeing why that some stuff works and some stuff doesn't. You're basically with posts on social media, you're becoming an expert in micro content. You don't want to deliver too much to people at one time. You want just a little bit for them to digest. And obviously, with the whole purpose of jab, 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 right hook is each jab is like it's like you're delivering a little bit of value to your target market. You're delivering a little bit of entertainment or humor or just something that adds value to their life. And the right hook is when you actually get a sale or you ask for a sale. So this is when he talks about round 8 about opportunities in emerging networks. And you'll see he talks about LinkedIn and Google Plus and Snapchat and Vine, some of the other ones too. Then he talks about, some other stuff in here too about the effort that goes into actually going in here and making this stuff work. So it's a good book. I actually, I liked it a lot, and it's kind of good to have it to, reference back to in case I ever go back and, when I go back to studying some social media channels that I haven't really engaged in yet. So, but that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. It's definitely worth getting it. I'll leave a link below if you want to. I'll leave a link to Amazon so you can go pick it up. And that's it. It's really, if you're really into, if you don't really know what to do on Facebook or Twitter to engage with your followers, to get more followers, I definitely recommend Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching.